Hey guys, I'm here with my good friend Amy.
Hi.
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 So, I got a bunch of articles. Let's see what we want to read, or we
Oh
could talk
shit,
for a
I gotta
bit.
mute the stream and shit. Oh god, I heard
Oh
myself.
yeah, me too. That happens to me all the time. Yeah. Hi. Stop it! It hurts.
Okay, maybe I a little bit understand why Praggy Prince wants to kill me every time he hears me say that. Maybe just
Well, the fucking retards.
yeah, this is true. It's true story.
It's a true story.
Yeah.
Let me pop out the chat. Hello, chat.
Hey
How are you
chat,
guys
what's
doing?
up?
What's going on this Sunday?
What's up, chat?
It's really nice out. Like everybody's out in
Hell yeah.
t-shirts.
Same here.
It's very nice and sunny. It's about time. Oh, it's been so shitty lately. And now it's, halfway through April and finally, well, a little more past halfway through April. And finally we get some good weather.
I don't know about you guys, but we don't start getting actual sunshiny summer weather until like mid-July. Like even most of even most of June is pretty rainy. It really is a very rainy city. Vancouver is known for that.
It's very British. I guess that's you're in British Columbia, right? So that makes sense.
Yeah.
DJ, what's up?
What's up? Yo, the guy. Yo,
the guy. Have you ever seen Half Baked?
I believe so, but I can't really remember. That's the Dave Chappelle movie?
Guy. Yeah.
They
have a guy that sleeps on the couch. They don't know what his name is, so they just call him the guy.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, why don't you ask the guy on the couch, B? And whenever they tap him and ask a question, he just slightly turns over and goes, like, no, I don't know.
Nah.
Did you kill Killer B? Because his dog died named Killer. Like, no, the guy, did you kill Killer B? And he just turns around and goes back to bed. And then the guy, the Spanish guy's like, I don't know why, but I believe him.
Yeah.
I love that fucking movie. We should rabbit that one day.
Yeah, me too. We keep saying we should rabbit movies, but we fucking don't, man. We're supposed to watch some movies today.
We need to rabbit more movies.
Oh, Cynthia, what's up?
Holding out. The guy on the couch, yeah.
Cynth,
that was you last night, right? Trying to come on to Discord and talk to us. For some reason, his mic wouldn't work. I was trying to help him out, but I think it ended up. Yeah, I think he ended up having a problem with his mic. For some reason, he couldn't unmute, which is really.
We're gonna need to fix that so we can.
We're gonna have to help him out with that. I wouldn't mind talking to Cynthia. He seems cool.
Yeah, he's cool as shit. He's been around the community for a while too. Like I've seen him from way back in the day when I started. So
yeah, that was him. He said my mic wasn't working.
Yeah.
It seemed, I don't know if it was a problem with your mic. It seemed more like you couldn't unmute. So either your computer wasn't registering your mic, or Discord itself was having a problem.
It was doing that to Kelly Noodle for a while too. She's like, I can't unmute. Like I'm here, but it won't let me unmute. Do you have the app though, Synth, or do you use the
It was on his PC.
Yeah, or do you use it on your web browser? Because I hear the web browser version has more trouble than the actual application.
Oh, you're right. On the web browser, it does have problems with mics. That happened a lot when we first started going on there. Remember, a lot of people would come in and say, "Oh, my mic's not working," and we had to download the actual app. Oh, yeah. It just might be an issue that it's not reading his mic.
Yeah, it could be.
Itself, yeah.
So what you got for us today?
Yeah, he said, was he randomly server muted? I've had to fix that for a few people. That's something I didn't check. Maybe later, Synth, if you got some free time, DM me after the stream and we'll see if we can fix it for you. I can't video chat on Discord either. Well, let me know after the stream if you have time. DM me and we'll see if we can, or DM me on Discord like you did last night, and we'll see if we can figure it out.
Hello, Jay. It's time for the Jamie Show.
Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
Straight from Scotland.
Yeah, mate.
I hope you're having a good time, Jay.
Kettle.
Oh no, the fake podcast is streaming now. David said, "Come watch." Like, too late. We just started a stream. Whoops.
Jay said, "Link him."
Oh, you want to?
Jay, check the classroom, Jamie.
Yeah,
it's in the classroom.
Scroll up a bit.
It's in the classroom, mate.
I'll just tell him scroll up, faggot.
It's like right where he is, man. Here, here's what I'll do you a service, Jamie Turner. There you go.
I will service you, Jamie, with my mouth. I invited the vegan girls, but I don't know if they're still streaming or maybe they stopped streaming it because they couldn't come.
It's the War Kettle coming at us live from Scotland.
Let me check my Twitter. Jay, you there? Oh no, we can't hear him.
He just wanted to inject his presence.
He's always injecting himself into
He wouldn't be Jamie if he wasn't.
Yeah, you fucking whore.
Yeah, whore.
Called the whore kettle.
Whore kettle.
The whore kettle.
Oh, Jamie.
So what's interesting going on?
Nothing really, dude. Things are pretty boring over here. The only thing I'm working on right now is getting my my other channel up and running so that I can get that going. And congratulations, Jamie, on your 2,000. What is it? 400 now subs? I don't know, 2,000 something.
Subs. Oh, yeah. He's over 2,000 for sure.
He's over 2,000 now. Congratulations.
Good job, Jay. Congratulations.
We love you. We want to see you.
Tweeted that out. Tweeted that out.
I retweeted your retweet. I retweeted your tweet.
I retweeted your tweeted retweet.
Yeah. So other than that, I ain't got nothing. 2282. Thanks for the update, Chris.
Nice. Ooh, he's growing fast.
Yeah. So good. On my end, that's the only thing that's happening. I still got to look for a job too, but I'm kind of right now. My head is in the game with this YouTube thing. I think that's a good idea, and I think I'm gonna.
Yeah, it is a good idea. I think you can really do that.
How about you, Alfie? What's going on?
There's not much going on in my life. Just the normal, work and hang out.
Yeah.
Enjoying life, enjoying myself. As always.
Yep.
What is Discord? I feel old. Oh, don't worry, Golden. We're all. A lot of us are old. We eventually figured it out.
Yeah.
I remember going on Discord now and just not knowing what to do with anything. Now I go through it all like nothing,
Yeah, it's pretty easy. I like it. I really enjoyed Discord. Discord has been such a great community binder for us. Which I think is really good. I think so many people in their life lack community and they lack a solid group of friends, and that's my thing. I want to have a place where all of us people can just hang out and chill and have a good time and enjoy, right? You need that shit. Hi, Gina.
Yeah. Golden Owl, if you Patreon Devin even $1, you get the invite link for Discord. For his Discord. Trying to make Devin that monies.
You know what I didn't even think of? Okay. I didn't even think of the fact that once my other channel gets going, I could start a Discord too. Maybe I'll do it per donation basis or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. It could be like a Patreon thing.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Just like Devin does, yeah. Works out.
I mean, that won't be for a while. Obviously, I'm not some big shot over here, but eventually.
Hi, Gina.
Gina.
Gina Wienerless.
Gina's a nice lady.
My friend had a dog named Gina. And we used to call her Gina Wienerless.
Gina Wienerless.
Yeah, because she didn't have a wiener. Oh, there goes my dog. My roommate's probably come home.
That's Star, right?
No, that was the other one. That's the Pitbull. It's crazy when people think they can talk without me. How do they do it? Devin, you can come in if you want.
Yeah. Yeah, Devin, come take over. It's the Devin Twacey Show.
The Wheaties.
The Wheaties. The Wheaties. Oh, he is the Wheaties.
Maybe we'll just hang out since Chris isn't coming in or Chrissy, and we can read articles another day.
Yeah, that works for me. Whatever works. I'm just chilling over here.
Maybe tomorrow or something. I like it when all of us are in it, like me, you, Jay, Chris, and Chrissy. I think that's fun that way. And if Grant wants to come too, he's also invited.
Jamie said something about last night doing another 18 video, right? In Discord?
18? 18 video. Yeah. He wants to do one, and I'm down with that too.
Yeah, I love that. I thought that was so fun.
Yeah, it's a cool format, just to OBS it straight through the Discord and we can all talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone's knocking at the door. Hold on, I'll be back.
Okay. I'll entertain the chat. What up, chat? How's it going? What am I doing right now, you ask? I am painting my nails. I just removed this chipped ass, hoe ass nail polish that was light pink. And now I'm going to make it a nice, cute lavender purple color because it's a pretty color and I like it. What else is on the horizon? I don't know if you guys listen to any streams lately, but I think on Alfie's last stream, Devin had popped in and he gave me this great idea for a YouTube channel to, basically talk to Spurgs on the internet and do like a honest, legitimate service kind of thing where I talk to them, I kind of rate them, give them an honest opinion about their, like how they converse, if they're boring, whatever, because, there's so many fucking Spurgs on the internet, right? Now, this is Devin Tracy said, this is an untapped market, Amy. You could do really well. And when Devin says something like that, it's hard not to believe in it. You know what I mean? I love it. I love him. Thank you. Devin, you're the best ever. That's what I'm going to call the rate sheet. I wouldn't even rate you. Oh, my God. I love it. It's going to be fun. My profile picture was made by Yo the Guy, TJ. So thank you to TJ for that. Devin, I do listen and believe you. I feel like our group of friends has like a really solid, like there's a support system there and it's really helpful and awesome. And Devin is like really pushing Jamie to succeed. He's like giving me this idea to kind of capitalize on. I actually really feel like I could succeed doing this. So I'm going to put it together and we'll see how it goes. And hopefully we'll see you guys there and you can come enjoy the Spurginess.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
It's going to be for monies, people. People are going to give me money. I'm going to talk to them and we're going to have a good time.
Like I said, if you ever need my help, I have lots of experience with women.
Yo, I think it'd be fun to have you guys on, like, every now and again. I can put that in the thing, too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
How about heathens? Like, guinea pigs!
Yeah. You know what? Like, can you imagine having, like, Devin on as a guest, like, just to come chat and hang out?
Devin's good with that, too.
That's right, Devin. I'm going to bug you guys. I'm going to bug all the, you guys know who you are, who I'm going to bug to come in.
I don't like bugs.
Me neither. They're gross. Only for you, Devin. Full release is only for you.
Full release.
You don't love me.
I
love him, but you don't love me.
I don't know how much the costs are going to be at Rookie. I'm still working on the details right now, but the first thing I need to work on is I am going to be a bit of a charity case, and I'm going to start a GoFundMe so I can get some money together for a new computer. I can't really afford one on my own right now, but I need one if I want to run the whole thing and get it started and not have many problems, because my laptop is fairly old now. So I'm going to appeal to the public and see if people wouldn't mind chipping in and helping me. And
I think you got to start slow and build it up,
Yeah, exactly. And I don't want to like charge a lot right off the bat, right? Like Marina was saying, like, you want to start undercharging, and then if it gets
it's got to go up. You got to charge a set amount with a disclaimer that these are introductory prices.
Yeah, exactly.
And then a little while after you get enough people coming through, then you could be like, all right, now the price is going to go up, and now this will be the set price from now on, and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, just gonna say.
Spread your cheeks for me, and the money shall flow.
Oh my, Devin, naughty boy!
But it is a great idea. It's a really good idea.
Honestly, like,
and people can be comfortable around you, so it'll be really good for people who aren't normally comfortable around women.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it'll be nice
talking to girls and maybe techniques and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm like not scared to talk to the spurgiest of the Spurgs. I mean, I talked to Mike for how long before I finally was like, yeah, you're getting blocked now. So there'll have to be a terms of service thing where it says like, I'm not your girlfriend, I'm not your friend, I'm providing a service, and like anything outside of that is going to be a bit problematic, as the SJWs say.
I'm gonna start a Patreon, and for everybody who patrons me, I will make them a customized sniffle.
There's a war.
Yeah. I'm just gonna... Right, hold on. Hello.
Hello, what's up, Jay?
You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you this time.
Awesome.
Nice.
So, I'm here in a top secret war kettle location.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, Ricky. Hi, Jamie.
Oh shit! Can you hear that? Can you hear who's talking?
I can hear a voice, but I can't make out who it is. It doesn't come in very clear.
Can you hear what they're saying though?
No, it doesn't come in clear enough.
No.
Go for it. Take that.
Take
Say hello.
Hello.
Is this Tommy Robinson?
Hey,
no. It's not Tommy.
It is.
Yeah.
You can't fake the accent.
Everyone sounds like
is it
Tommy to
Dankula?
Amy.
No.
I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess it's Cam.
He's not that lucky. No.
I'm not that lucky. Yeah.
Who is that?
It's Cam.
Is it? Oh my god!
No, it's not Cam.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not Cam.
Oh God, hold on. The's been about 2 or 3 guesses, and they were all met with excitement.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna say my name's Sam, and everyone's gonna be like, who the
Oh,
fuck is
Sam, Devin's friend. Hi, Sam.
Hello, Sam.
Hi.
How are you?
No.
I'm good. I'm a little bit drunk.
Oh, good.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's true.
Yeah, you enjoy yourself. How was it meeting Jay for the first time? Very cool how you guys hooked up because Devin got you guys to be friends or whatever.
Well, we haven't hooked up directly yet.
Well, you know what I mean. Always got to take it to the sex, don't you, men?
Well, I recognized. I picked him up at the train station, and I recognized him before he recognized me. So I just ran up and hugged him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he got a little bit of a what the fuck is going on here? But
You guys are so
it went
cute.
over well.
I love it. So, what are you guys planning to do for the rest of the day?
Provided it doesn't rain, I think we might just sit outside all night and drink and smoke and have a good time.
That sounds lovely. I'm a little jealous, Jamie. I wish I was there to have fun with you guys.
Although we do have to be up at 9 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah, what you doing?
Oh, we're gonna protest this fucking Dankula bullshit.
Oh yeah, that's tomorrow, isn't it? What time is it tomorrow morning for you guys?
I think we're gonna aim to be there about 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
That'll be
We'll
interesting.
arrange lunch.
It's gonna be a gong show. Yeah.
So the trial's tomorrow?
Yeah, well, no, he's been convicted. It's his sentence.
Oh, it's a sentencing. Yeah, that's tomorrow. Okay, that's what I
we've
meant.
got our fingers crossed for community service.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping they'll just use it as a way, like they just wanted to say he was guilty as a way of like using it as an example, and that they'll go light on him.
Hopefully, I mean, because isn't all laws sort of predicated on what previous judges have done and everything? And if he gets any sort of decent sentence, I mean, that's scary because it then sets the precedent for what could
Yes, it does. Yeah,
whereas if they just sort of say community service, they might sort of interpret that as the public have made their opinions clear.
But didn't a girl just get convicted for singing rap lyrics?
Yeah, well, Jay was telling me that. I only just found out about that.
In England. So we're gonna have to see how that goes. That might set precedent as well. Especially this trial, depending on the sentencing, that might cross over to that one.
And that's actually worse than the Dankula thing in a way, because that's not even her words. This is like you just posted a quote.
Yeah, she's just quoting a rap song. Like, how do you get in trouble for quoting a rap song? That's ridiculous. And it's like her friends. It was for a friend of hers that died, and the rest of her friends were doing the same thing, but they were all black. She was the only white one, and she got in trouble for it. And it's like, whoa, like she's just quoting a song that her friend really liked.
It's unbelievable. I was saying to Jay about there was a case I read about a good while ago, it might have been more than a year ago, where this comedian, and I don't know, he was in one of these sort of, he was in Norway or Denmark or one of these kind of countries, and there was talk of getting him exported to whatever country it was that took the offence for this joke that he'd made. He made a joke about, I should have said that at the start. He made a joke about Muhammad. And so one of these Middle Eastern countries took offence and issued a fatwa against him or something. And there was talk of him being exported to that country.
That's crazy.
My reaction to that is so fucking crazy. That was, thank God. Thank God I live in a country. Well, thank God for you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Thank God I live in a country where none of that shit would ever happen here.
Yeah.
And then this Dankula thing, like it's really not that far removed from that thing.
It's very Orwellian. It's very 1984, like thought crimes and.
But honestly, on behalf of Scotland, there's not anyone that I know. Even my brother's a fucking hardcore SJW, but even he acknowledges that this thing with Dankula, this is bullshit.
I mean, it's a dog, for fuck's sake. Dogs don't even know what they're doing, or like they don't know what the Nazis are. They don't know what any of these things are.
I agree.
On top of that, it's obvious
the dog should have been sentenced.
Yeah.
The
dog should be on
the fault lies with the dog.
I think the worst part. I think the worst part is that everybody acknowledges that it's a joke. It was obvious it was a joke. You know, he explained it was a joke before the video. You know, as part of the video, like it was a prank on his girlfriend. You know, I think everybody acknowledges that, and that's what makes it worse.
Yeah, the very start of his video, where he acknowledges that, it's like that should be that little clip. He should be like, "Oh my God, thank fuck, I put that." Yeah, I'm allowed to swear.
Yeah, of course. We don't give a fuck, mate. We say things like "nigga" here.
Oh my God, Jamie. So Bianca just said in the chat, so cool that Sargon gave a shout out to Janaea.
What? Shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna have to check that out later.
No, that can't be real.
That's what she just said.
Oh.
Let me ask her when that was. Bianca, when was this? Is that like his newest video?
Bianca.
Well, anyway,
we're not gonna talk
I'm
about
here
that now.
in Scotland.
Yeah.
And, you know, I might live in England and I might be half English, but you're hearing this from a Scot directly.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
he's
thank
right.
you for
There's
that.
not a single person from anyone that I know, even people I know in Antifa who are against this and are thinking this is absolutely crazy that he's looking at jail time.
Yeah. Well, if Sam can't hear us, let him know. I said thank you for coming on and giving us his.
I'm still here.
Yeah, okay, you're still there.
I'm
Well,
good. I just went quiet.
yeah, but thank you for coming on and then.
Doesn't he sound? Yeah, awesome. Thank you. It's lovely to talk to you. Doesn't he sound a little bit like Sean?
Like a Scottish Sean, maybe.
Yeah, not the accent.
He doesn't have the accent. Yeah, he doesn't have
so
a
Liverpool. Basically, saying you're a Liverpudlian.
No. The voices are just.
He doesn't have
a
that.
nice voice.
This is the voice of a Scottish guy trying his absolute hardest to be coherent.
Yeah, that happens. We have another Scottish friend named Cam that comes and talks to us. That's why we thought you were Cam, but he could be a little incoherent sometimes when he talks to us.
Cam and
Sam. Can you say that again? Could you say that again? He's got to curb his accent for us to understand him. That happened yesterday.
This is me doing an American accent. This is close as I get to American.
No, you didn't get there. Close, but you instead you sounded more English.
it's the alcohol. It's making me
slur.
It's
the alcohol. It's true. I have like Irish friends that live here, and they've been here for like decades. But every time they drink, their Irish accent comes out. You know. But when they're
where are you? Where actually are you guys?
I'm in the US.
He's in the US. He's in New Jersey, but he's a Mexican.
No, I'm not a Mexican. I am Hispanic, Mexican. But I'm not Mexican. No, I'm Peruvian.
No, he's Mexican. And Amy is a tiny whittled dot that lives in a big city in Vancouver. But she's Indian by heritage.
Right. That isn't technology just unfucking believable.
It's unreal, isn't it?
Yeah, we've made friends all over the world, and we talk.
Yeah,
awesome. It's really great.
So Jamie, it's in his last This Week in Stupid video, just in case you want to know that appearance of hers.
I've learned more about all these countries in the last 6 months than I have in my life, just from being able to talk to people that live in those countries. You know?
Totally.
Fucking genius.
I love the internet.
Not one person I know agrees with this Dankula thing. So I have no idea who they're trying to appease. You know, obviously, whenever people talk about it, they say they're just trying to set an example. And it's like,
that's what it looked. That's totally what it seems like. It looks like they're trying to set an example. They did
but an example of what?
They did that with Paris Hilton here, right? I mean, it was kind of made sense because she was drinking and driving, but they gave her like an extra sentence, and it seems like they just went hard on her for the sake of like setting an example to celebrities and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But
Well,
she was
what is
actually
the
drinking and
lesson?
driving, so so it kind of makes sense.
What is the
point, there really
takeaway?
was no hate speech. It was a joke, you know.
What is the takeaway here, though? Oh, don't teach your animals to do Nazi salutes?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Or you can't. Well, I guess it's broader than that. I guess the lesson is don't joke around about hate speech, I guess, or what they label as hate speech.
Out, I don't know if any of you are subscribed to a YouTuber named as Tildeer. But
Oh yeah,
I remember Tildeer. I haven't seen
he made a video literally about a dog in Sweden or one of the countries that aligned with the Nazis during World War II. And there was this guy that
otherwise known as Nazis.
Yeah.
Punch him! Punch him!
Hold up, you're live with a Nazi. Just remember that, guys.
No.
According to Antifa, you know, I'm a Nazi.
Yeah, true.
But
I'm
anyway,
gonna punch you.
Yeah, you got to punch me. Don't forget that.
I have to.
You have to. It's like the law, isn't it? Or am I wrong? Anyway, that's not the point. Point is this guy back in the 40s, his dog made a salute every time you said Adolf, I think it was. I might be wrong, but go watch his video. Go check out Tilde. And even the Nazis, yes, they tried to convict him on it, but even they were like, yeah, there's not enough evidence and things like that. So even the Nazis were less harsh on an individual's dog than what the British government is right now. Well, technically the Scottish government, so I don't know how you feel about that, Sam. Oh shit, I doxed you.
Don't worry, I don't have many subs or views, so you don't have to worry about that. Hardly anybody will hear it.
What I find funny about this is that the most Nazi-like faction of the SJWs are calling other people Nazis and authoritarian.
I was trying to explain to my mum today what these Antifa people are. Yeah. And it's like, okay, the group stands for anti-fascist, but here's the twist. And like trying to get my mum to explain it because they've labeled themselves anti-fascist. It's like, that's a smart move. Label yourself anti the thing that you want to sort of hide behind.
That you're emulating. It's like feminists. Feminists are the most sexist. And the people who say they aren't racist are actually the most racist. Yeah. And these people who are anti-fascist, their methods are very fascist.
I think a good example of this is like how those really like evangelion, like Christian preachers preach so hard against homosexuality, and then you end up finding out that they're in bathrooms like sucking dudes' dicks and shit, you know?
Yeah. Oh, what was that guy?
Yeah, it's like when somebody is so hard against something, it kind of tends to be that they are that thing,
yeah. There was a really famous guy that Dawkins interviewed. What's his name? I can't remember his name, but he got found out for like, I mean, he was a hardcore evangelical. He was like the head of this big mega church. And so Dawkins interviewed him, and he was just so condescending and how great he is and all the rest of it, and attacked Dawkins for referring to his family as monkeys because he said we evolved and all this stuff. Well, he came out in the news. He was paying this prostitute to, like, you know, the gay prostitute to do things, and there was cocaine involved and all this, and he was like,
oh yeah, that might be who I'm thinking of. It was crack. He was smoking crack. I think that's the same guy I'm thinking of. It was here. He was smoking crack. He was big against homosexuality. He was preaching against it, and then they found him with a male prostitute, and he was smoking crack with them and having sex with them, and they found out.
Fuck! I can't believe I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I can't rember it either. Merle something.
But...
Merle Haggard? No, something Haggard though.
Ted Haggard.
Ted Haggard. There it goes. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, he was found with crack.
Ew, that guy's so creepy.
I saw an interview with him where he said he bought crack, that it was his first time buying it, and he didn't actually smoke it, that he bought it and threw it away. I was like, yeah, right.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, right.
He was snorting that out of gay dude's ass.
Yeah, he was like, I wasn't doing anything with that guy. I just bought the crack from him, and then I threw it away. And it was like, yeah, right. But I think eventually he did admit it.
Yeah.
That was at first.
Devin's listening to this thinking, listen to these atheist 1.0s talking about religion.
He could come on. I sent him the link. He usually does come on my streams, but he's probably working on
some video or something.
Yeah, but he's probably Sam, doing the most important work right now, and that is stealing the vegans' women from them. From all their servers. We need to steal more vegan women.
No, he's eating his vegan breakfast. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, probably his girlfriend made for him. What was I gonna say? Sam, you should come on Discord and talk to us sometime.
I've already told him. He's getting a link.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's
Yeah,
got the link.
yeah, you should come and hang out with us.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Devin's on there all the time. We always bullshit, watch UFC or talk about shit. Just hang out.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so this is Alfie, the Mexican. He's the Facebook guy.
Yeah, I'm the
You probably
Facebook guy.
need him.
That's what everybody knows me as.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can put a face to you. Yeah.
And Amy, she's my awesome fucking, basically my doppelganger, my Canadian doppelganger, my whittle dot that lives in my
I
little,
love you.
that lives in my whittle deaf ear.
Yeah.
Literally 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Is that your way of saying you ignore her because she's in your deaf ear?
Hey, every now and then you got to watch out for the steamroller because she'll just pile in and then it's
Yeah.
but
Steamroller
she's
trademarked by
amazing.
Devin Tracy.
It is.
I own it though. Did you see my new profile picture? It says Steamroller in it in like really bling bling-ish kind of font. Devin made that this morning. I was like, yes, I'm using that.
Was this where you were falling asleep to all the Brits waking up?
Yeah, no, it was just in the last couple of hours.
Oh, is Devin Tracy awake, is he?
Yeah, he's awake, mate.
Oh.
Yeah, Devin was in the chat
We're
a
like
little
the
while ago.
stalkers, aren't we? What time is it? It's 7 o'clock in Australia. Devin Tracy's awake. Quick,
Yeah.
PM me.
Yeah. It's literally that. all the way.
Sometimes he just rolls out of bed and starts roasting us on the Discord. He's like,
Yeah, straight
he
up.
makes fucking jokes on us. It's funny.
No, I love Devin. He's the best guy on YouTube.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Oh, Sam doesn't know about Red Guy. I need to
Oh, yeah.
introduce him to Red
Oh, we
Yeah,
have a
you-
whole new world to show
Yeah, we've
Sam.
got so many people on there. A lot of cool people.
Mhm.
Red guy, I'm
Really nice
intrigued.
Guy. Oh, Red Guy is best guy.
You made me think of Red Pill Phil when you said that, but
No, yeah, no.
different guy.
No, Red Guy's like a character. He's like this little red ball with eyes and a mouth, and and he
Oh,
talks
that's right.
really
Yeah,
funny.
no. My friend just said he was in a program called Balls of Steel.
No. Yeah, so
Oh, listen to all the Scottish people in the background.
Oh, the cute little Scottish people. Oh.
foreigners. This is foreigners here. And I know I'm a foreigner to you. I'm English, right?
But we're
this
all
is-
north of the wall.
Yeah, I am north of the wall. But
He's south of the wall.
but I live south of the wall. Yeah. But so
I don't know why I'm saying I keep saying north of the wall, but I'm doing an English accent whenever I say it. For the wall.
So I'm talking to a Canadian and a Yank, basically. And they're like, oh, the Scottish people.
So cute. I love it, man.
Yeah.
It's so fun knowing people from all over the
Amy's
place.
Yeah.
Canadian, and she's loyal to the crown. But Amy, not all of them are loyal up here.
What?
Yeah, exactly. What?
I
They
would think.
must bend the knee.
I would think most of them wouldn't be.
Yeah, we don't have any face on the money.
Yeah, they have
Yeah,
no
that's what I'm
queen on
saying.
the money. Amy,
what I'm
you
saying.
have money. You have the queen on your money.
See, the
The
thing
is-
Scots don't. What the fuck is that about?
What?
The money's
Wait.
Yeah, no queen on the money.
I got something to say to Sam. Sam.
Yeah.
I got your back, and if you want America to help you, just let me know. And we
Yeah.
will free you. We will
1776
free you
will
from.
rise again.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
we'll free you.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
this is
damn
a
right.
nightmare. What has Devon done to me?
Sam, we will free you from the imperialist oppression. Just let us know. Wink twice if you need our help.
Kelly
Although
Noodle
we
said. Kelly Noodle
Although we
said
don't have any
Sam.
guns, so we can't do it. Isn't that right?
Yeah, no
Oh,
guns
wow.
here.
We have all the goods. We'll send them to you. We'll help you.
Kelly Noodle said, Sam, please yell freedom.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, she wants it like.
Struggle to yell anything.
What if you shout freedom like Mel Gibson?
Yeah. We'll do it. We'll
Fuck.
save you for
I
in the
forgot.
sake of William
I forgot
Wallace.
we've got neighbours.
You
Oh,
do
shit.
have those.
Your neighbors will
It's
be like,
alright.
"What's going on over there?"
Just blame it on me. Just be like, yeah, some geezer from England turned up. What
I had to yell it.
Yeah,
That's the law.
It's the law.
We want freedom, but we don't want to wake up anyone.
Freedom of speech. That's what we'll yell.
Yeah.
neighbours come to our door.
Freedom of speech.
of speech. Yeah, that's the big issue
Dankula has
right
to
now.
yell at,
Oh
doesn't he?
shit! Yeah.
Yeah.
Since we're looking at, since we're on my phone and we're looking at things that are saved on here, this is Amy, big brown boobs. Everyone worst nightmare.
Boob docs.
Boob doxes indeed.
Boob
This
doxing
is
in
what Devin
effect.
made of me.
Protagonist. That looks like you.
Yeah. This is red guy in sad blackface.
That just made me think Count Dankula should
doesn't look
come
very
should
red.
go to his
Oh yeah, because
sentencing.
he's in sad blackface.
Count Dankula should go to
There's
his
a whole-
sentencing dressed like William
Isn't
Wallace in
everyone in
Braveheart.
blackface sad?
Yeah,
That was a
right. Pain is
Yeah. that would be a good statement, right? Like just come into your sentencing dressed as William Wallace from Braveheart.
This is red guy.
But he has to shave his beard though, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he would have to shave his. Well, I guess he doesn't. Really he doesn't have
No,
to
I
dress
guess
like
he
William
doesn't
Wallace.
have
He just
to.
got to dress like one of the, like how the tribesmen did, and then
Yeah.
painted
So,
blue.
are you guys going to try and get near Dankula tomorrow and talk to him, or are you just going to participate in whatever protests are happening?
Well, I'm going to cover it as best as I can. You know me.
Yeah.
From a safe distance, of course.
Oh fucking hell.
Yeah, I don't know. It just like depends on. I was saying that like around here, like when I share it on Facebook, the protest and everything, there's like 2 people that like it, so it feels like it's not a big deal. Like no one's really up in arms about it.
Yeah.
But then you actually look on the post of who's going, and I think you were saying there's like 2,000, 3,000
Something like that, yeah.
people going. So I think there is going to be a lot of people there, and then I guess it's kind of you're just in the crowd. Dank will be like a celebrity, and we'll just he'll have security around him.
Marina said Jay is there to yell, "Whoa,
Whoa.
whoa, whoa, whoa."
Whoa. Whoa.
Dankula sentence 12 months.
Whoa.
The whole crowd.
Is he? He's gonna get sentenced to actual jail time. Is that what we're thinking?
Well, I mean, no one really knows, I guess, because I mean, I think everyone's thinking it's going to be jail time.
It's this Scottish law, so we got to watch out for it, mate.
Although there's a weird thing where it's like if it's your first offence, I don't know if it is or not his first offence, but then they tend to be really light on you, and obviously you would get half your sentence and whatever, but you might not even get a sentence. You might just get community service. I guess that's the best we can hope for is community service, but just the way that things are going, I don't know.
That would be so stupid if you actually had to go to jail for something
But
like that.
that's a community service. It'd be like good for him, but
Yeah.
he's still got punished for something that. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That bit at the beginning of the video where he says, my girlfriend thinks this dog's so cute, so I'm gonna turn him into the most disgusting, the most horrible thing that I can think of.
Yeah.
Like he's condemning Nazism more than fucking someone who's not made a video like that. Yeah, that's it. The Nazis. He said there's only 2 people that should be offended by this show, and it's like the Nazis and the fucking Scottish police. Like,
the Nazis should be laughing because that was funny. That dog is adorable, and to see it just guess the juice, and it just puts his little paw up. Like, how can you even take that seriously? It's a little pug.
He's got follow-up videos as well, where it's like he's trying to make a normal video. He'll be like talking about, I don't know, veganism or something, and it'll just be a normal video, and then you'll hear the Nazi voice come in, and he'll look at his dog and go, "Shut it."
That's so.
And then it cuts back. It's like it's clear, and he's obviously doubled down on it. Like he was making a comedy video as a joke.
It's a cute little comedic gimmick too, you know what I mean? To involve the dog and stuff. We all love animals, right? So I mean, it's just cute.
Yeah, Jonathan Pye, have any of you guys seen that video?
I have. I don't know about these foreigners.
I have not.
Jonathan Pye is a comedian who's presents himself as like a news reporter.
Yeah.
But all of his clips, they start off with sort of him ending the news report and like going on a break, and then so the break is like what he actually thinks.
Yeah.
And so he covered the Dankula thing, and he went up and he was right outside the building that gave him the Airdrie Sheriff Court.
This is where the war kettle will get arrested tomorrow, because I'm kind of gonna repeat what Jonathan Pye did. I'll let Sam explain what Jonathan Pye did.
Yeah.
Come on, mate.
I mean, you have to watch the video. He did a big rampage on yeah, just one of these monologues that just lasts forever, but every bit of it's gold, and he's just coming down on them. And then at the end, he says it was a joke. Like if I do this, and then he starts doing the fucking
my bad, man. He took my charger.
and
I woke up
and
this
doing
morning
the zigtails and everything.
What kind of a
And,
state are we in that we need to tell people we're joking about certain things? Like I find that really sad.
It ruins the joke. As soon as you say, guess what, I'm going to tell you a joke. It fucking ruins the joke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The shock factor is kind of the point of comedy. You know what I mean? Like, imagine if comedians had to like drop some kind of caveat every time before they did a stand-up show that's like, hey guys, just want to remind you that everything that's said here is a joke. But the other thing is that like in comedy, what you're trying to do is make fucked up parts of life and weird parts of life funny. So it's also rooted in truth, but apparently people are too uncomfortable with that to deal with just the comedy part of it.
Yeah, it's like imagine a comedian with you know how you get those signs above TV shows that say like applause.
Yeah.
But so like that's the trigger warning. The comedy shows should just have a bunch of them, and one for like racism, one for we're going to talk about feminism. The feminism light flashes, and everyone who's going to be offended just stands up and walks out.
But we have to appeal to the weakest link, it seems, doesn't it? Because someone like myself and you guys, we don't need to be babysat. I don't need a trigger warning for a comedy show. I don't need a trigger warning for any of these things. It seems like there's certain. Yeah, it is ridiculous.
It's a shame. It's a shame that society's kind of went this way.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I look back at like a few years ago, and I think like, was I just not political then? Did I just not notice all this stuff, or is this stuff like really fucking new?
It's coming.
You know, obviously.
I feel like it's taking off. Like everything is becoming political, and politics is injected into everything, and I think it's just excessive.
Yeah.
People want to run the world a certain way. People want people to behave a certain way. And instead of like talking about it, they're doing these things where it's like, no, you're going to get in trouble because you're not acting a certain way that we'd like. You can't find this funny. Okay. And if somebody wants to do this, if somebody wants to be an edgelord, they have to warn the entire audience because there might be, you can't make a rape joke because there might be somebody in the audience who knows somebody who has a friend who got raped and it's offensive to them. And it's like, everybody has fucked up shit in their life that makes them uncomfortable. And the best way that we can deal with darkness is to shine some light on it in some way. And comedy is that way. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's on the individual to get comfortable with some fucked up shit they've dealt with. They're not special. You know what I mean?
Like the people say you can't joke about certain things because it's too dark or whatever, and it's like, well, that's how we get over things, right? Is by things that are dark and shit.
Like, what's better objectively? Should we just like constantly be uncomfortable about this, or do we have to find ways to maneuver and navigate through those things? Obviously, option B is better, but it's harder. So it's like, I just want to scream and cry about it, and if anybody says anything, they're insulting me personally. And it's like, no, they're fucking not insulting you personally.
And in the end, you always have the option. You can always just not listen to that person.
Exactly.
Leave you to stream and
check
out all this.
All right, Jay, thanks.
We'll probably listen in, but yeah, have fun.
Yeah,
I love you guys.
Thank you, Jay, and thank you, Sam, for coming on.
Nice to meet you, Sam.
Nice to meet you guys.
More. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye, Jamie. Bye, Sam.
Bye, Jamie.
Danke. Cheers.
Mwah. Yeah, I don't know, Alfie. Like, why are people such fucking babies? How do you solve this problem?
It's not given into them really, because when you give into them, they just ask for more. You give them. But
this is the problem. Right? The problem is that they are being given into by fucking governments and shit, right? So it's like, why are you trying to you want to silence one person? That's what you want to do, who's like whining and crying that things suck for them. But it's like you give into that one person, and then everybody else comes in line and has a grievance that they want the government to back them on, or some large organization to be like, you know what? Your reasoning is valid, and you should be able to act like a child and be a baby. And it's just like,
like half your size.
And like, I think we were talking about this yesterday, right? Like, people who haven't been through adversity or difficulty in their life are the people who are the ones who are quick to jump on being a victim. Because you know what? Like, if you're actually a victim, it fucking sucks. And like, it's become such a fucked up thing to capitalize on and get attention for. Oh, I'm a victim, feel sorry for me. And then all the other people that feel sorry for themselves all get together with this person who's like, I want people to feel sorry for me. And then bam, you have this fucking problem that we're seeing.
These people don't grow a thick skin because they've never been through anything to grow a thick skin, you know what I'm saying? So they never have that ability to just let things rub off, slide off of them and stuff like.
Yeah, but that takes practice, right? Like you actually have to deal with the fucked up parts.
People are sticking up for people that they know nothing about, really, and then some of them don't even want you to stick up for them. So it's like, what are you doing?
It's
people can take care of themselves. Like most people can take care of themselves. They don't need you to help them. Like,
but people think they do. Like everybody wants a parent. They need a mommy and daddy figure. And it's like, you bitches grew up with a good family and your parents were around and you're still being little bitches. Like,
it's true.
What the hell is going on here? I'm the opposite. I didn't like my teenage years. I didn't have my parents. I had to deal with shit all by myself. And it's like, at this point, I'm like, I don't fucking want parents. I don't need people. Like guidance is one thing, to have people around you that you can kind of like help you navigate through life if you're going through difficult shit. But to have someone who's like, oh baby, it's okay. You're amazing. You're a star. And I know it hurts and you're allowed to hurt.
That special treatment that started like 2 decades ago where it was like giving people participation trophies. And I remember growing up on TV hearing people say, everybody's special. Everybody can be the president. Everybody could do this and you can do whatever you want. But it's in actuality, not everybody can do what they want. Like, it just doesn't work that way. I mean, you can accomplish more. Most likely, most people can accomplish more than they think they can. But in the end, there are just certain people just really can't accomplish certain things. You just can't.
Yeah, I just feel like these people are poorly prepared for the real world. So imagine this, like all throughout elementary and high school, junior high, whatever you guys have, like you're getting participation trophies. In real life, there's no fucking participation trophies. You lose, you know what I mean? And it fucking happens. And like you get rejected, you lose, so you're gonna fucking fail sometimes because there's a million other people trying to do what you're trying to do.
Yeah,
and you have to get used to that shit.
It's a competitive world. You can't really do anything if you're not going to compete.
Yeah. And I think it's fucked up that we pump this message into kids' heads like, you can be anything. If you can dream it, you can do it. No, you fucking can't. Like some of us don't even like I always use this example. If I can do it, why? I want to be able to jump like Michael Jordan and fucking play on the NBA. Why can't I do that? Because I'm incapable, Like
I'm 5'6". I'm not going to play basketball.
Exactly. Right. And you just have to accept that. There's some people who can't do what you do as well. Like so fucking what? Like hone in on what you're good at.
Yeah.
So like I was on Twitter, I think it was like last week or something, and Claire Voltaire had posted this article where she's like, great, MIT is racist now, because I guess the cognitive sciences department is trying to come up with a way to they're trying to create an aptitude test basically, and it's based on your IQ. And that is so helpful. Not everybody has an equal IQ, and if you can hone in on people's focuses and give them specialized education to help them succeed based on that metric, that would be helpful for everybody. But no, it's racist. It's racist to have more information about people, and it's racist to want to help them individually succeed in whatever way they can. It's just so fucking stupid.
Banana Warrior Princess here. She said victim culture is rife in the UK, and it's true.
It's rife everywhere, though.
Yeah, it's starting to pick up everywhere else too. But Europe is a big place for it. Canada, it's happening too. In the US, we have a lot of pushback against it, so it's not really picking up as it is in some of the other places. Even though there's pushback there too, but it seems like the governments of those areas seem to give into it more than here.
Yeah. Hi, BWP.
There's a big pushback going on here, so I don't know if it would eventually end up like Canada and Europe, but
it's hard, right? Like it's hard to get a good sense of what side people are on, because it really depends on where you're getting your information, right? Because like we're always being inundated with all these stupid SJW stories, and it's like that's all we're seeing, so it's going to warp our sense of the reality. There's no real numbers or tangible figures that we can base our view off of or have an accurate picture of what's happening. We can only go off of what we're seeing. So when we see a lot of this shit, we're just like, oh God, it seems rampant. But it really is the vocal minority of a lot of these.
They're just so loud, and so many people give into them that it seems like there's more. But it's really not much you could do unless you petition your government to like stop doing it.
But the government is getting in on this.
And then now we have both extremes, like we were saying before. Like one extreme caused another extreme, and now we have a right extreme that's doing pretty much the same tactics on the opposite side. And it's like, oh god,
yeah,
now we have to deal with this too. You know, now us people in the middle who are just like, you know, we don't want this, and we just kind of think that there's like a middle point we can reach. We're kind of screwed because now we just have two really loud extremes battling it out, you know.
Yeah. So the middle needs to get a bit louder, you know what I mean? Like honestly, it's at a point where it's like it doesn't matter how much of a reach you have. It doesn't matter like whatever. Just if it's something you care about, you should talk about it and you should have conversations about it. It'll get around the pipeline, you know.
This is a big part of the problem is that when you have these two extremes and then you have someone in the middle and they talk about one extreme, the other extreme wants to be part of that, right? Like, like say we go with like we could talk about Devin and like and it's like, hold on one second.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay. So now it's just me again. You know what I mean? So here's the thing.
Hold on, I'm back. The thing is like when you have these two extremes and like say we pick Devin, right? And Devin starts going against the left, which he is a left, but he goes against the far left and says something against them because they're doing something stupid. Then you have all these people in the far right coming in and be like, yeah, you know.
Exactly.
And that causes a problem because then not like how many times have you heard Devin get called alt-right and stuff like that, you know, when he's definitely not. He's a lefty, you know. So that becomes an issue too. And then people start thinking people in the middle are on one side or the other, and they don't realize that they're in the middle. And that causes a lot of problems.
Is thankfully very good at taking heat. Like anybody who's on here putting their voice on the internet, like you need to acclimate to the fact that you're going to catch heat. There are going to be people who find you who don't agree with you that are going to have stupid and dumb shit to say. Don't buy into their labels about you. You know what I mean? That's important. Like, can you imagine if he like started... You don't even need to bother with these people. He knows he's not alt-right. He doesn't need to fucking make videos about always alt-right, and nobody should be forced into doing that. If you're not listening to the person, you're obviously going to come up with your own conclusions about them. You know, how many people think that like we're just assholes because they think Devin is an asshole?
Yeah.
Devin fans are scum fucks. You remember Kraut said that. Like, you don't know us, dude. You have never spoken to us. You've never communicated with us. Like even you don't even know Devin, for fuck's sake, right? Like you guys take all of your information based on how he portrays himself in his videos, but you never had a conversation with the guy. Like you don't know him.
Yeah, that becomes an issue too. People think that he owes them something, or they think that they know him without talking to him, and like in reality, he's a really nice guy. And if you approach him nicely and talk to him, he'll talk to you. He'll tell you what he thinks. You know.
Yeah. I mean, like look at this whole thing we have with the vegans, right? Like there's so much hate between like a few idiots in the vegan community and Devin, but we have like a couple of their girls in our Discord now, and they get along with us great, and we like them. We have no problem with them because they treat us like we're human beings. Well,
Ellie was the only one who came on the chat when we were talking about vegans and stuff, and she was the only one who came in the chat and was very nice and not being like, oh, debate me and all this stuff, or insulting us. So she just came in and talked nicely, and we were like, hey, you can come in the stream and talk with us, you know. And
she's a hardcore vegan.
Yeah,
you know?
everybody else was like, debate me, let me in on the stream to debate you. And she was just like, hey, blah, blah. She didn't even ask to come on. We were like, hey, if you want to come on, you're very nice.
But dude, what happened in Banana Warrior Princess's stream chat this morning? Same shit. Debate me, bro. It's like,
debate me, bro.
People don't want to talk to you. Okay, we already like we're not taking a position against you. Like, especially with Devin, it's like how many times does he have to hit you over the head with, I actually agree with veganism?
Yeah.
If he doesn't want to do it, that's his choice. That's fine. But like, what more do you guys want?
It's really funny because they could have had an ally, even though he isn't vegan. He could have been a good ally and, you know, like spread their word, or maybe give them more subs or views and stuff like that. But it's like the way you approach him, he doesn't want to give you his time. And why should he? You know, he doesn't owe you any time.
Exactly. Nobody owes anybody anything.
Yeah. That's what it is. That's what people don't realize, that you go on the internet and people don't realize that other people on the internet don't owe you shit. You know?
I just find like Ask Yourself is such a fucking weasel, right? He's like, yeah, well, have fun. Do you need another 7+ hour collective wreckage from me and Vegan Gains? And it's like, you're an idiot. Like, you don't even understand where the guy's coming from, and you think you wrecked him.
Yeah,
like,
please.
He agrees with your position. Oh, there goes Alfie again. So here's the thing, right? How is it that you communicate with people that you disagree with on fundamental issues or issues you find fundamental? And I think the first rule of that is not to fucking approach them and call them a pussy and come at them aggressively.
Yeah, if you come at someone aggressively, why would they talk to you?
And guess what? Even if you are nice and someone doesn't want to fucking talk to you about whatever you're obsessed with, that's cool, you know? Like, you just need to learn to take that and just be cool with it. So
it's a process of elimination. There's millions of people on the internet.
Exactly.
You're not going to listen to every single one. So you're going to choose the ones that are beneficial to you or the ones that stick out to you and like, oh, this guy's cool. Let me talk to this guy.
People were cool, right? Like, I watched a couple of Banana Warrior Princess's videos, and like, I know that I'm not a vegan or whatever, but she's great to watch. She's so fun sitting there enjoying her vegan meal, making like mock meat and shit. It's adorable. Like, and she's so pleasant, right? Very nice. It's the same with Ellie.
Very nice. Yeah, Ellie's very nice too. She just came in and talked to us, and it wasn't like aggressive. She was just bullshitting with us.
And she jokes with us about vegans now. Like,
Dan kind of came off kind of aggressive to her. We kept telling him like, "Yeah, Dad, chill out." But you know, she took it well, and she was like, "Oh, it's all right. Don't worry about it."
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
So it's more about learning how to be a person. Can you be a person? If you have something you really care about, you're not going to change hearts and minds by like being a douche and one-upping. Remember we were talking about that yesterday? Why is everybody so obsessed with one-upping someone?
Yeah, I don't get it.
I have more followers than you.
It's a ponage culture, right? Like, I could pwn you. I totally murked them. Get out of here with that shit. Who gives a shit? Like, really, who cares? Is that really so important? Shit. Like, why is that so important? I don't understand. Yeah, exactly. You base your life on that. It's kind of like the Jeff Holiday thing. Like, his life is based on like shit posting, and it's like, really, that's how you find accomplishment in your life, by shit posting. Like,
Jeff Holiday is a human shit post.
You're a joke. That you end up being a joke. That you turned yourself into a parody.
That's the joke, Alfie. Is I am the joke.
He is the joke. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's fine with that.
That's a shitty joke. You
you are a shitty joke. Like,
I was watching him on the Kilroy thing, and he just looks so depressed. He had this face on like he wanted to question his life. Like, where did I go wrong in my life? What did I do wrong? It's like, you went wrong by constant memeing. And not that there's anything wrong with memeing, but yeah, if that's what your life is based on, you've made a bad decision.
How? Like, how can somebody's entire like this is the issue that I have with a lot of vegans, right? Is that their entire personality and being is wrapped up in veganism. It's like, is there anything else about you? Like, again, coming back to these girls, right? Like, they're fun, they talk to us, like they're really nice. Obviously, they're vegans and they're very passionate about their cause, but they're not up in our faces about it all the time. They can have a conversation with us. I can ask how she's doing, and it's not something about veganism, right? Like, it's being a person.
A good example of this was when we were doing my stream, watching their stream, and talking in their chat, and cracking jokes, fucking with them. The people in the stream were enjoying it. They were laughing.
Yeah.
They were busting back and, just basically understanding it was a joke and laughing with us. But the people in their chats, a vast majority of them didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? They're all like, oh yeah, you was a dick. He can't blah, 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 blah. This and that. You guys are assholes. And it's like, no, we're just having fun. Like, if you guys have fun with us, then we're all having fun.
I think like verbal sparring is the adult version of recess. Like, remember when we were kids and it was recess and like little people would group up and like you'd like push around other people and fuck around with them or whatever and play with them. That's the adult, like, verbal play is the adult version of recess. That's a playground. It's fun to verbally like fuck with people and have fun because now you can use your words. And there's different tones and different connotations in what you're saying, and you can tell, like, based on having a certain rapport or play with somebody, that you have to be able to play with people.
Yeah, you do.
Being playful is fun.
So serious. I think people take it very seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
Vegetarian says, you forgot me, a vegan dude who stands with you. Yeah. Vegetarian said multiple times that he doesn't like the way these people act and stuff. That he
exactly.
It's doing damage to the vegan philosophy, I guess, if you want to call it philosophy. But.
And like the vegetarian is somebody who, like, he said he has wealthy parents. They put him on a vegan diet young, and I think they're physicians. I can't remember what he said, and like he's not a total dick about it.
No. It goes back to that old thing, right? You can attract more flies with honey than vinegar. Like,
yeah, so
it's true. Like, yeah, if you're gonna be a douchebag, sure you're going to convert a few people, but I'm pretty sure you could probably implant seeds of thought in certain people's minds if you're being nice, you know, and casually dropping it in conversation. Then eventually they might see it your way. They might not, but at least in the end, they're not people who are going to be aggressive to your ideas and your cause, you know.
Yeah. So, I mean, social cues, though, that's another thing people fucking suck at. You know, like, I think the internet has exacerbated that problem. I think that it was there already, but like this whole always communicating through text and not having to hold yourself accountable because you can like use an anonymous icon. First of all, that's kind of a bitch ass thing to do. Let me say, like, if you're gonna say shit, you should have your name out there. Yeah, there really is a downside to that. You know, you have someone like Devin who's been called countless times a racist. Now fucking that Sally bitch is calling him a rapist and a fucking misogynist.
Yeah,
and all this shit.
Ridiculous.
You do take heat, but at the same time, like, it is very, it shouldn't be, but it's like back in the old days, you remember how you were saying like people said shit to their faces, to each other's faces, and we never had this problem of where you can hide behind a monitor and just talk mad shit, and it changes the dynamic of interaction entirely.
This guy, Marina just said, imagine ask yourself at a party, is that dip vegan? You know how many animals died to make that dip?
Yeah, it wouldn't be fun, right? Like
that's what I was saying. Like the way they act is like, say I walked into a party that like, well, the way he acted in the Discord is like, say you invited me to a party. The people who are having the party don't know me. And I just come in and start having gun debates with people and going up to them and be like, oh, are you pro-gun or anti-gun? You know, and debating with them. They keep telling me they don't want to. They're like, please, I'm trying to enjoy this party. You know what I'm saying? We're just hanging out, having a good time. And I keep pushing it. What do you think is going to happen? Obviously, the person running the party is going to grab me by the collar and pull me out the fucking house, you know?
Yeah, that's the other thing is that people who have never been hit in their life, they really are the biggest assholes.
Oh, yeah, I've been punched in the face.
Yeah, some people really need to get rocked. And I think Ask Yourself is one of those people.
So
he just needs to get fucking knocked the fuck out.
I have fun talking to these people when they ask me for a debate. And I'm like, why is the debate the end all be all here? Why don't we have a fight? You know, come to me and physically fight me, and we'll how about that instead? And I'll wreck you in that, and then we'll see how that goes. You know,
right?
But instead, you know, oh, we got a debate. That's the only way that we can come up to any conclusion.
I mean, it is true. Conversation is all we have as a
conversation.
Like,
that's threshold. Debate, though.
Oh, for sure. That's what I'm saying, though. If you're like when you're approaching someone aggressively, like that is, it's just nobody wants to talk to you like that, and it does put them on the defensive and make them want to knock you the fuck out. It's like you don't even have respect.
Yeah, that's what I was saying when Ellie came on. She came on, talked to us casually, and we asked her questions about veganism and stuff. Yeah. So it's like, you know, we didn't have to debate. We could just converse and talk about it and see what.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not. A lot of it comes out, but actually, I think that's better off. If you debate somebody, you're just making sides, and the only thing that's going to happen is the people on one side are going to still be on that side, and the people on the other side are still going to be on that side.
Yeah, and I'm not closed-minded. I have no, and like I've admitted, right? For me, I like meat. It's convenient, right? That's my argument. But I'm not closed-minded to hearing about these things.
Yeah.
And I don't like the idea of like, oh, let's show these people fucking cows getting slaughtered. Like we don't already know, you know, that
we know all this stuff. I think most of the time, like I said, they just want to pwn people. They don't really care about pushing their cause or changing the other person's mind. Because if they did care about changing the person's mind, they would have casual conversation with the people.
Yeah, dude, like that ginger guy who made that like
competition. You know, it has to be a fight. You know, like I'll fight you verbally, and we'll see who.
You remember that ginger guy who did that like response video to the stream, who kept cutting me off and
taking you out of context.
Yep. I mean, that's shitty.
When Chris commented and asked them about that, like, oh, you're taking her out of context and this and that, and making it, and you're not taking it serious, and he said that, oh, that's part of my thing, you know. So it's like he does that on purpose. His main goal to me, I think, is that he's just trying to get views and money, and he's trying to do whatever it takes to basically.
That's so fucking dishonest, though.
Yeah, it's very dishonest. He admitted to it. He said it in the thing. Oh, people like it. You know, this is what I do. This is how I do it. You know. So for him, it doesn't really matter if he changes.
But that just hurts the vegan cause. Then
it does. That's the point. Is that a lot of these people just end up hurting their own cause.
That's pretty fucking sad, dude. If you really care about your cause, you would want to present yourself in the most honest way possible. I don't know. I don't understand it. Maybe it's just me. Like, I would rather take heat for things that I feel honestly than try to, like, twist somebody else's words and make it sound like they're saying something and then try to make a point. Like, you just look like an idiot. The video is available online. It's crazy how people think they can lie once they put a video out and they've stated their opinions, and then they can say no, they can deny it. And it's like, the videos are available for people to watch and listen to.
And then on top of that, he talks about how he only listened to the first 15 minutes. He didn't even know Ellie was in the video. She commented and she said, "Oh, you didn't cover the part where I was in it." He was like, "Oh, you were in it?" And she was like,
I said that too. I'm like, that was a 4-hour stream, and we had a vegan on after.
Yeah, and she was very nice. And we asked her questions. You know, it wasn't a debate. It was just basically a casual conversation on what she believes in. And that was cool. I enjoyed that. That was a very good thing. I did that with Tristan too. He came on too in the same stream, and he thought I was like debating him, but I'm like, no, I'm not having an argument here. I'm just kind of devil's advocating to like try to figure out what your thought process is more, you know, and understand what you're saying there.
Yeah,
which I think is a good way to do it. You know what I'm saying? If you're just debating, you're just throwing ideas at each other. It's better to like one person give you an idea and then you talk back and try to figure out, go deeper into that idea. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
We're not trying to one up or beat each other. We're just trying to understand each other. And I think that's way more important.
But Alf, you're morally inconsistent. Logical inconsistency fallacy.
Yeah, appeal to authority.
Appeal to tradition fallacy. I'm like, fuck off, man.
Isn't it? Oh God, it's just so much better to just converse about things.
Dude,
there's been times where I've said things and Devin thinks I'm wrong about it, and then he talks to me about it and he explains it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I guess you have a point, you know, and that works out so much better.
I mean, the fallacy shit is as stupid as Josh Banko saying, remember the per capita fallacy? You can add fallacy to every word. Ask yourself, what about the Cheeto fallacy?
Yeah.
I gave you a quarter right now.
Yeah. Cheeto fallacy.
Yeah, because Marino says he looks like a Cheeto.
If AY eats a Cheeto, is that technically cannibalism? Yeah. Vegetarian says again, these people don't care about animals and any fact in farming. They care only about having the moral high ground because they are empty ass lives. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think if they were really cared about their cause, they would try to approach people differently and have casual conversation.
Exactly.
And help to understand what their viewpoint is, as opposed to just shoving it down your throat, because shoving things down people's throat ends up with them regurgitating. You know, people don't like to have things forced on them. It just doesn't work.
Another thing to note too is like there's a difference between talking to someone, maybe not with people like Ask Yourself, because he's just as cringy as he is in real life in his videos and every interaction that we've had with him outside of his videos. But like someone like Devin, okay, they're entertainers. There's going to be a way in which they present their information for the sake of entertainment. So it's just like, you can't think that's how a conversation is going to go with them. Which is important. Hey, Sean, Purple is here.
I put appeal to my massive penis.
I don't know. It's kind of what you get dealing with this internet stuff, though. You know what I mean? You're going to come across a lot more people who have issues communicating than you are people who don't. Yeah, that's why come to Amy and Chill, everybody, and we can have a conversation and have a good time.
I can just imagine, like, Ask Yourself ending up paying you to come debate you instead.
Oh my God, dude! I would broadcast that shit. I would live show the chat on the screen.
This is what not to do to pick up chicks.
Exactly. This is not a good way to make friends either. People suck at making friends too. So what do? They all glom around an ideology and think that that's going to make them friends. And it's like, what about the aspects of your personality that need correcting that would actually help you make a real human connection? Because dude, that shit will change your life. When you meet people that you really connect with, it enriches your life more than anything. And I think it's super underrated. I mean, you did a stream the other day after your birthday video talking about all the ways in which your life has changed and how it's like so pleasant because you know people who really care and who want to make things better for you, regardless of your fucking opinions on issues.
Those are things that have entered in my life that are a net benefit, and everything else I've weeded out. You know what I'm saying? The things that are negative that come in, we all weed them out, right? The people who come in and are negative, we just like, we either shy away from them or we kick them out. Like,
exactly. And you have to. You got to cut the fat from your life.
Yeah,
you know? It sucks. It's a hard thing to do, right? Like, I'm kind of dealing with this now. Is like sometimes people don't understand lines and limits. And when you try to draw them a bit too late, they still try and cross those lines because they've been used to crossing them for so long. And then you get to a point where you can't talk to them anymore. What are you supposed to do? You just have to cut them out. And who knows, like it might be forever, it might be temporary, but you got to do it. People need to grow up away from each other sometimes too.
Yeah, it's true. Sean just made a video called Morrissey and Anne Marie Waters at BBC 6 Music.
No way. Like a real video?
I don't know, but it's in the AIU Discord on their Share Your Work. So if anybody wants to check that out, check out Sean's video.
Hey, CarterCole.com.
CarterCole.com, everybody, for all your ladyboy needs. Carter
and I need to do some business. I need to talk to him soon too.
I do want to stream with Carter. Carter, if you're free Thursday, let me know. Maybe we can stream. I would like to pick your brain on DNA and stuff like that. Is this about person A or B? It's about the whole alphabet, basically, in general.
Yeah, and it sucks, man. Like, it sucks to get to know somebody and have to be the one who's like, no, man, this is it. The line's been drawn now, and I have to cut you out. It sucks, especially if you like the person or if you've, like, hung out with them for a while. But you got to do it. Like, you just have to.
Hang-ups you're going to do. You can't really do much about that.
Exactly. You're either going to have an awkward relationship after that because one person feels like they're there against their will kind of thing. Oh, I don't like being around because I feel sorry for someone, you know? Like, if I want to be there, I want to be there. And if I don't, then I don't. And that's just honesty.
Yeah. And there's also there's a lot of clinginess factor with some people too.
Yeah.
Like people that don't leave you alone and shit or don't give you enough time to do
it. You know, especially when you ask, right? Like if you ask for something and they don't respect your wishes, like it makes it very difficult to maneuver. And then you just feel like a cunt for saying, look, I don't want to talk to you. You know?
Marino, I would be down with that. Sean, if you're down. He said, no. I did that with Dan, and that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, you and Sean would be great about music.
Me and Sean could talk about music. We have a lot of similar tastes.
Sean isn't down. Why aren't you down? You have a delightful voice.
Yeah.
Your accent is a little bit difficult sometimes, but it's not that bad.
I got so used to it now. I can even imitate it. Like,
yeah.
Sean's like, I'm the only person here that can do a Liverpool accent very well. To me, that is the English accent. That's like the only English accent I could do really well is the Liverpool accent.
Sometimes I find it difficult to understand Leica. Like I get what she's saying, but she'll say something really fast, and I'm like, "Shit, what'd you just say?"
I can understand her really well. I understand everyone pretty well, though. I think last night was funny. Gangle had a problem understanding Chrissy, and I think Chrissy's got the most understandable accent. But
yeah, I agree. I can understand. I'm very used to Chris now too, and Jamie, so they're very easy to understand for me.
Yeah.
Music talk without me, you motherfuckers. Well, Grant has spoken. You better include him.
But if we talk about music with Grant, he only knows metal. No, it's not true. He knows about other music too.
I've gotten a few really good songs off Grant, actually.
Yeah. Me and Grant, we have crossover, whether we have similar tastes in certain bands and stuff like that. When it comes to like heavier music, I'm a big fan of Tool. That's like one of my favorite heavy bands. They're not as heavy as they used to be, but
you showed me Lateralis. I like that music video on that song a lot.
Yeah. Oh, Parabola.
I haven't heard that.
I don't know if I should. I think we watched the video of that one time on Rabbit.
Wait, Parabola?
Yeah.
Is that pronounced? Okay. Parabola.
Well, it's Parable and Parabola. However you want to
pronounce it. I don't know. That's why I asked.
It's like there's two songs that are really one song. So it's like Parable, and then it goes to the next track, which is Parabola.
Did y'all see the commercial for the War Kettle plus 1K subs? Yeah, I haven't seen that video yet. I need to watch that.
Oh, yeah, I just watched it earlier.
I have one video of it? 2 videos to catch up on. That's amazing.
That's amazing.
I need to watch Synth's video too. The Lenore versus Jesse Lee Peterson one too.
One day I'm gonna get Devin in here and interview. And just do like an interview instead of just talking, you know, because we do that all the time. But get in deep and personal with Devin.
He's great, man.
He is.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess people don't understand because like remember how I did that live stream talking about everybody and I said that there was like a thing where like when I first started watching him, he was just a video machine, you know, like I didn't know him. He wasn't a person to me. He was just a video machine. But if you keep watching him, he gave us little hints of himself, and then you got to know him better, and then you kind of started feeling like, oh, I kind of know this guy. He seems really cool. You still don't really know him, you know what I'm saying? But you have a hint of his personality. And then you get down to him, and then you realize like, oh, this guy's really cool. Like he's down to earth. He's not like his videos, you know, his videos are kind of like.
I think the best thing about him is that like people are totally fucking wrong about him.
Yeah, completely, 100%.
Totally wrong. Like he's fantastic, and like I will be forever grateful to him because of him. I've met so many great friends, including him. Right? Like I couldn't even imagine not talking to you guys.
Where you can listen to somebody, but it doesn't necessarily mean, or you can hear somebody, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're listening. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what happens a lot with Devin. People watch his videos and they hear him, but they don't listen to him.
They just pick up on his tone. That's it.
Yeah, his tone and certain keywords he's saying, and then they implant their own lines in between. You know what I'm saying? Well, like you read between the lines, but they're reading the wrong thing. It's their own thing they're reading between the lines.
It's the whole thing too, where like he makes them feel a certain way. You know what I mean? And then instead of understanding that it's their inferiority complex that makes them feel like he's yelling at them or something, they say it's his superiority complex. He's a fucking narcissist. He's an asshole. He's this. And it's like, no, anybody you watch that makes you feel a certain way, you should probably consult yourself and not blame the person on the outside.
This is a difference within a first-hand account. When we were talking to Gengle last night, and he said before he watched Devin, he had seen people talking about him and other things, and he said he thought he was racist because everybody was saying this guy's racist, but he didn't watch it at that point. So that made him think, you know what, I should check out this guy's videos. And then he watched it and he was like, wait a minute, this guy's not racist. You know, he's expecting to watch a white supremacist racist guy talking, and he's the complete opposite. He's like, wait, this guy isn't racist. He's just stating statistics. Like there's nothing racist about that.
But and that's what it is. Like are racist.
And like I said, Gengle went on there. Gengle's the type of guy, he doesn't just hear you, he listens to you. So he went on there, instead of just hearing Devin talking, he heard and listened to him talk and understood what he was saying. And he was like, no, he didn't say anything racist here. Like, why is everybody saying he's racist? It doesn't make sense.
Alfie, I'm going to be right back. I just need to go switch my mic. Okay.
No problem. What's up, everybody? What's up, Tony? Bianca, Marino, Sean went to sleep. Good night. Lance. Carter. Carter, I didn't see if you responded. Did you want to stream with me next week? If you want to, let me know. Good day to you. Good day to you back, Tony. But yeah, it's a big problem that people hear what people are saying, but they never really listen. Hey, Chris. And yeah, they just take certain keywords you're saying and they don't really read into what you're actually saying. They just kind of throw in their own thoughts on what you mean. Yeah, I didn't mean to compete. Hey, what's up, Muddy and Michael? I didn't mean to compete with David. We started this stream and like 2 seconds later, I got the notification that they were streaming and I was like, oh, like shit. So said, yes, I'm free after like 6:30 Central. I usually start mine at 4:30. So 6:30 Central would be like 9:30 for me. Not sure. Oh, Central, no, that would be like 7:30, 8:30. So yeah, that should be good. We'll figure it out. I think I might be all right with 8:30 Thursday. But yeah, it's a big thing that people don't really listen to what people are saying. They just kind of want to implant what they think the person's saying over the actual substance of their words. And that happens a lot. You see that all the time with YouTubers and stuff. And even now with this thing going on with Devin, with this feminist chick, like she's not really listening to what he's saying.
Over.
Yeah, but
have a friend over.
Hold on.
Yeah.
All right, sorry guys. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. That happens multiple times with all these YouTubers and stuff. They're like constantly being taken out of context. And with this feminist chick, like this feminist. I just took a shot of some booze. But with this feminist chick, it's like she wasn't even hearing what Devin was saying. She just straight up said, this guy's a rape apologist. But like, that's not what he was saying at all. What he's saying is that within the context of what we heard, we're not sure what happened. Like, it seems like it might have been consensual until it wasn't consensual, and then he stopped. So then there's really no problem. But we have to give it time. You can't just straight up accuse people, you know, without all the information. We only have one side of the story. And that's where it comes to all this listen and believe shit. That doesn't work. That's completely antithetical to due process that we have in America. You know, you can't just accuse people of shit and say that they're guilty. You have to actually get all the information and figure it out, you know, and figure out both sides and come to a conclusion. But people don't do that, right? They just want to see shit their way. And if you see things any different from their way, they see you as being the opposite, even if you're in the middle, which goes back to what we were saying before about the extremes. Like, one extreme causes another extreme. And then when you side or say something opposed to one extreme, then they think that you're part of the opposite extreme. When you're not, when you're really just in the middle and trying to figure out what's going on, you know? And that's what this whole situation is with David Silverman. Is like, one person said something, it doesn't really even seem that terrible, but, you know, listen and believe. So we have to believe that girl and push it to the extreme. And the other side's like, wait, did that really happen? Or, you know, like, maybe we should find more out about this, hear what the other person has to say, try to figure out what really happened in the end, right? It's a difficult situation. Hey. Yeah, I was just talking about the whole David Silverman thing and how it links back to what we were just talking about, like the extremes, how this girl sees it one way. So since Devin's in the middle and says, you know, let's get more information. This seems odd. You know, we need to figure it out and hear the other side and figure out more information on this. Then all of a sudden you're part of the opposite extreme.
He's a rape apologist now.
Yeah. Instead of being a person in the middle who's like, hey, let's figure this out. It seems kind of odd. You know, we don't have all the information. But it doesn't matter. You don't need all the information. You just need
this is like the kind of shit. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I ended right there.
This is the kind of shit that like Sam Harris deals with. He's like the voice of reason and in the middle, and people will just start calling him names. This is exactly what happens to Devin.
Yeah.
Like, people are afraid of being reasonable, but they think they're reasonable.
Yeah, it's true.
It's so stupid. Like, let's wait till information comes in. Didn't this happen like 6 years ago too?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
Like, why is this stuff happening after so many years? All of a sudden, you want to go after this guy? Like, I think a lot of women are like, I need to be relevant again. I need to feel like people care or something. So yeah, it's 6 years later, but I feel like that could have been rape. And now now that this whole thing is happening right now, I may as well capitalize on it.
Exactly what Tony at War says. Skepticism equals apologetics in their eyes. That's what it is. You're skeptic of a situation because you only heard one side, and then you want to hear the other side and come to your own conclusion. But because you're doing that, you're unapologetic. You know? Mm-hmm. Which is absolutely ridiculous. Like,
you can't fucking win. That's why there's no point talking to or engaging with some of these people. Mm-hmm. You know? But it sucks because conversation is the only way. It's the only avenue towards finding a better understanding. But like, unless people are actually open to evidence like they say they are.
Yeah, they're not
going to get. No, they're not. People talk a lot of shit, Alfie.
Listen and believe. No evidence needed.
They talk the talk, but they can't walk the walk.
Yeah. And even within listen and believe, you listen to what that girl said, right? We all read it. We heard Devin read it. And it's like, what she said didn't seem so bad. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like somebody made a move. She was into it for a second and then changed her mind and then said no. And then he backed off. Like, that doesn't seem that bad.
Is it impossible for women to deal with the fact that you might go out with a guy sometimes and it might not go exactly how you want it?
No, yeah, it seems odd that they would think.
Like, imagine if men did that. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna see this girl, and then she like refuses him sex, or she gives him sex, and then he's like, I think that bitch raped me. Like, everyone would be like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah,
like,
I find it real funny that this is so one-sided, because this has happened to me multiple times where women have made advances on me, and I pushed them back, you know, because I didn't like them, and or you know, maybe they're moving too fast for me or something. I didn't feel it. So I stopped them. I didn't go out and start claiming that they sexually assaulted me or raped me or anything. But if I did, would they have my back? I don't think so. I don't think these women would have my back.
Well, and then it's like we have to get into the stupid fucking discussion of what is rape. We know what rape is, but you guys are fucking it up. And there are actual rape victims now who are probably going to have real problems because you fucking idiots are totally taking, oh my God, a guy kissed me and I didn't like it. And I left, or I didn't leave and I just stayed on my own volition. And it's rape now. It's like, no, bitch, if you regret something, it's not rape. Just hold yourself accountable for your shit. But they want to infantilize women. Like, women are too fucking stupid and frail when they're drunk to make their own decisions. Well, don't get drunk around men then.
Yeah.
Like, that's on you. And I hate that. Like,
and again, that's another thing that doesn't go both ways. Like, nobody takes into account the men that are drunk, you know?
Exactly. But that's fine, though. It's a double standard. There's always a double standard when it comes to this shit.
I could tell you I've been smashed drunk many times and had women get on top of me and stuff.
I have that too, like where guys will just keep on coming on to me and I'm like, can you get the fuck off me, please? Like, I'm not interested.
I agree there are issues between the relationships. I mean, I know a lot of men that are like that too, that don't stop, you know, when they need to. They keep trying to push the woman to, come on, let me buy you a drink. Come on. You know,
and dude, I also don't want this like culture where men are so afraid to make a move. Like the last date I went on, remember that I was like, oh my God, and then afterwards I was like, you're boring. But he's like, he literally asked me, he's like, hey, can I give you a kiss on the cheek? And I was just like, like, it's so weird, you know? Like, make a move or fuck off. Like, why are you asking me if you can give me a kiss on the cheek? I already said I would come on the date with you, right? Like,
yeah, that happens all the time. Yeah, but that happens all the time. Yeah, the people, and now it's like they're just creating a culture where people are afraid to make a move, which is going to make less relationships. You know,
I find that so unattractive.
And more lonely people out there who are too scared to make a move on someone, while the girl is waiting for them to make a move, but they're too scared to do it.
But again, it's like people need to also get, like, men need to get better at rejection too, right? Yeah. Because it really bruises their ego, and it's understandable, right?
I think that goes both ways. I think women get bruised egos from that too.
Oh my God, women are worse when they
don't even know how many times I've been called a faggot because I didn't kiss a girl or something.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm not gay. I'm choosy because I can get.
Yeah. Straight up. Yeah.
I'm not a beggar, so I can be a chooser.
Exactly. But that's offensive. Having standards is offensive now.
My friends used to always get mad at me because they're like, dude, you're turning down bitches. I'm trying to get bitches and you're turning them down. I'm like, yeah, that's because I get bitches. So I can turn them down.
And here's the other thing that I think, especially this like wave in the trans community needs to understand is people are attracted to what they're attracted to. If they're not attracted to you, it's not their fucking fault. It's just how they're wired. And you got to deal with that. Are you gays attracted to straight people? No. You'll be like, ew, you're fucking gross. Fucking straight people are nasty. But if you're like, ew, gays are gross, they're like, woo, woo, oh my God, tell everybody.
Getting dates is like baseball. Like if you're afraid to swing, you're gonna strike out, you know, or you gotta not be afraid to strike out and just swing as hard as you can, you know, and keep swinging and not be afraid to strike. Oh, I struck out. Well, you know, let me go back to the dugout, reassess, practice some more, come back and take my swings again, you know, like.
But self-assessment is important.
That's how it started too. That's how it started with me. I would just not be afraid to get rejected. You know what I'm saying? I would just talk to girls. I got rejected by one, I try the next one. You know, I get rejected by that one, I try the next one. Eventually one's gonna say yes, and then you hook up with her, and that's what you keep doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you need to be able to honestly look at yourself. And if you're trying to create a world around you that's a lie so that you feel more comfortable, that's going to be difficult because now you're in that habit of lying to yourself all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So how are you going to have anything real? Like people are so afraid of the real shit. They're afraid of it. Yep. Guess what, bitch? Not everybody's going to like you. Get the fuck over it. Do you think there's a person who everybody likes? No, even people like George Clooney and shit. There's people who hate that motherfucker too, all right? Like
connections aren't always both ways, you know. Sometimes you feel a connection to somebody, that person doesn't feel a connection to you. You just gotta drop it, that connection, find another. You know? And that's just the way it is. You can't. People are various and not everybody's gonna react the same way or act the same way.
Yeah. And if you want honesty, that's the kind of shit you gotta learn to deal with.
Yeah. So for everybody out there, don't be afraid of rejection, man. It happens. Just take it with stride. Don't let it put you down, and get back in. You know,
and learn to let shit go generally, and you'll learn to let that stuff go.
It's not scary, Tony. Just just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't be too aggressive either. Girls don't like that.
And if there's parts of yourself you don't like, guess what? You can work to change those things a little bit.
Yeah. My thing has always been to just be myself. Eventually, I find people that like me. Like, that's just the way it works. I just be myself, and eventually you find somebody who likes it. I have this lucky thing. I guess it's like a talent of mine that I'm really good at reading body language and speech. And I know when somebody likes me, I can tell almost instantly, you know?
Yeah.
But like, if you don't have that, I can understand how it's tough. Like, then it's a crapshoot, right? You're just working at random. Like, usually what I do is I befriend people. I don't really befriend girls with the idea that I'm going to hook up with them. You know, I just like having friends. So, oh God, this guy. So what I do is I just, I did too. So what I do is just make friends, you know what I'm saying? And eventually after talking to these friends, I can tell if they like me or not. And then if I feel the same, then I'll, you know, make a move or talk to them about it and be like, hey, would you like to go out sometime? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Start slow, start simple. Like, hey, let's go to a movie. You know, a movie, you don't even have to talk that much. You know, you just enjoy the movie together. Afterwards, you talk a bit about the movie, and then the next time you do something else, you know?
I mean, I'm the same way, right? Like, I don't get into a situation with expectations. And if I do like somebody, I'm usually the first one to be like, look, this is how I feel about you. Doesn't mean you have to do anything about it, but I'm just letting you know. And if they don't agree or if they don't reciprocate, that's cool. Like, I'm fine being your friend. If I need some space because I need to deal with my shit, I will take that space just so I can continue the friendship or whatever, right? But it's like, you got to deal with things properly, and there is a way to do that shit.
Yeah, there's a tactic to it. I mean, I think it's important to be yourself. I think a lot of people try to put up a persona when they try to talk to people, and you don't need to do that, you know?
No, and don't be under the illusion that every part of you is amazing. I mean, I know there's some obnoxious and annoying qualities about me. Some of those I've embraced, and some of those I'm like, yeah, I can't really have this around if I want to make this kind of connection. So I kind of have to be like, you know, you have to work around that. You have to like figure out your navigation problems, and you gotta like
be able to take criticisms of your personality.
Exactly.
Like, hey, you're doing this, and this is turning people away from you. Then you have to be able to take that and be like, you know what? Well, you know, you can either be like, you know, I like myself and I like that and I don't care, and that's on you. Or you can also be like, you know what? Maybe I should curb that and learn to be more likable. That's on you. I tend to not give a shit about what people think about me. So,
me too.
But in the end, like I said, I'm lucky, and I just happen to have a good personality that people like. So I don't have to worry about that. I could just be myself, and if people don't like that, I'll just be like, oh, well, fuck off. You know, I have other people who like me. So.
Fuck off, like Chrissy says.
Yeah, exactly. Chrissy does that too. That's one of those things that I say that I find our common connection with is like.
See, that is the kind of girl like. I can't like gush about Chrissy too, Chrissy, but like Chrissy is the kind of chick that I'm like, this girl, I need to make her my friend because like there is no competition between us. We can chill out without any bullshit. And it's just nothing but love. And that's the thing is when that competition shit gets in, because I have a hard time making friends with girls. I easily make friends with men, but with women, no. They fucking hate me. Like I've had this problem for so long that it's just like I gave up. I'm like, I'm not even gonna try. But if there's girls that I notice that are like super cool, obviously, why is it not a surprise that I've met them through the AIU community? You know what I mean? Like Chrissy's chill as shit. Kelly Noodle, she is such a sweetheart. Bianca, like any of these girls we run into from here, you know, they're awesome. Peach Bailey, who am I missing? What other girls am I missing? Patil, she hasn't been around very much, but like I love her. She's great.
Yeah, Patil's awesome. I think she's been hard at work and stuff like that. Which is cool.
Oh, Laika. Yes, thank you, Marino.
Laika, I love
Laika. I fucking love Laika. She's awesome too.
Yeah, she's such a nice girl.
Very smart.
We get
very
along
nice.
because we have similar interests as well.
I've bonded with Laika more as of late because of our love for PewDiePie.
Yeah, in general, we like comic books, and yeah, she's a nerd like me. She likes nerd stuff. That's what it is. Like, you know, a lot of people like judge people being like, "Oh, you're a nerd because you like these things." Hold on.
My bad.
So thank you, AIU, for introducing me to the coolest girls on the internet because it's a really good group. It's a good group of people. You know what I mean? We're very lucky. Like, if you meet people on the internet that are cool as shit that you can just chill with, I think it's like very understated how nice that is. Because I'm obviously really shit at making friends with people around me, or there's no one I'm interested in making friends with. So I'm just like, but now I have this like amazing.
All right. What I was saying about nerds, like, Devin makes fun of me for having like, well, I don't have comic books on my wall, even though he says that, but I have like these little Nintendo toys and stuff like that. He makes fun of me like, oh yeah, you're not gonna get laid with that stuff, but I do anyway because people like me, so they pass that, right? But the thing about nerds is people don't understand, like, just because you're into a certain thing. This is how I separate the words nerd and geek, because I think geek is more of a person who is just into like geek culture, right? Like the comic books and video games and stuff like that. Where nerds tend to be socially awkward, right? They're into the same stuff, but they're socially awkward and don't know how to talk to people and stuff. Where I'm not, I've always been a person since I was a kid who like easily talks to people and stuff like that. So that's where like Laika's like that as well, right? She's a person, she likes all this geeky stuff, but she's really can talk to anybody. She's not shy or she's not socially awkward. So that's where me and Laika get along, because we're both geeks. Right?
Dude, it pays to be a nerd that is not socially retarded.
Tony Award said, I have comics on my walls. My girlfriend hates them, but he has that girlfriend, right? So she looks past it. She may hate it, but she looks past it and dated you anyway, right? And that's the point, is like where a nerd would have those things and not have somebody and not get laid because of the way they act really more. If you're a person that a girl likes, she doesn't care if you're into silly shit, like silly
totally
shit, she'll look totally past that and not care. She'll be like, oh, whatever, he's a nice guy, he's nice to me, he's I can talk to him, we can have intelligent conversation. He's
and
sweet.
Like the things that people like are the quirky, fun parts of their personality, even if it's fucking weird, right? Like, again, it comes down to understanding that you can't help what you like, you just like it. You're drawn to certain things. That's everybody.
Yeah.
So it just is what it is.
Yeah, you like what you like. Geek culture has changed so much, right? All those things really did start off as little kid stuff, but it grew up with those people. Like those people grew up and started creating adult content and stuff. I mean, you can go out and buy comic books that is 18 plus, like. Yeah. I just like you can go out and buy video games that are 18 plus and stuff. So.
I just don't want to I want to keep that inner child alive. I think that's super important. People like vibrant and outgoing personality.
Like I said about Jay.
Open.
Like I said about Jay, he even talks about shit. He could talk about something I don't give two fucks about. Happens all the time. But I'm excited listening to him because he's youthful and exuberant about what he's talking about, and he's so excited about it. It excites me. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that he's excited about something. That's what happened with me and Chris too. One time we got into a comic book talk and I started breaking down what the comic book characters are like from the movies he watched, but what they're like in the comics. And we talked for like 3 hours. He just let me go on and asked me questions. And then at the end of it, he was like, I really enjoyed that, Alf. And it's really more because I guess he sees how much I know and how excited I am about it and into it. And, that excites him. And he's my friend. So he's like, oh yeah, shit. He's really into this. I like hearing him talk about it. That's really, I could do that for hours. Like when I did that horror movie stream and just talking by myself, I went on for like 3 hours just talking about horror movies because it's something I'm really into and I can talk about it.
Exactly. It's fun to share your hobbies, I love it. I love hearing people I love hearing people nerd out. Even Marino about cars. I think it's so cute when all of us are just talking about something else and he comes in with some McLaren shit and I'm like, we pretend we're like, oh, whatever, Marino. But it's so cute. It's so cute. I love it.
Tony said he'd love to have a comic book combo with me. Eventually, yeah. I don't really know you too much, but I'll get to know you eventually, and then we'll do a stream or something. We'll talk about comics. I'm down with that. I'm all Marvel. I'm mostly Marvel though. I do know a lot about DC too, but I'm mostly Marvel.
I have this new Harley Quinn comic I haven't even cracked open yet that I want to read.
Yeah, I have a few Harley Quinn comics.
She looks very cartoony, but I like it.
Yeah, I think it suits her better to be cartoony because she's that kind of character, right? Just like Deadpool. Like Deadpool's kind of a cartoony character if it suits him to be drawn cartoony. Which is like the thing with the movies too, how they make certain movies. This is my issue with the DC Universe's movies, is that they make all of them with the same filter and the same level of darkness. And it's like not every character is Batman in DC. You know what I'm saying? It works with Batman because Batman is a dark character, but it doesn't work with Superman. Superman's a colorful, upbeat character.
Totally.
He always wants to do what's good, and shit.
But we've talked about this so many times. DC has really failed at action movies, and they have good fucking heroes, man.
This is what I will state. They didn't just fail at action movies. They just failed at making movies in general.
But their animated shit's good though, man.
Yeah. The problem is that they don't focus on the movies just being a decent movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They focus on other things, and in the end, what ends up happening is they cut it all up, and it just ends up not being a good movie. Suicide Squad. I enjoyed it, but there's a serious issue in that movie that they kind of have like half scenes. They don't even have full scenes, and there's a reason for this. At the end, after editing the movie, they hired the company that edited the trailer to re-edit the film.
What?
Yeah, these are people who edit trailers. They don't understand how to edit films. And what we end up is a whole shit ton of half scenes, not even completed scenes.
So the whole movie is like a teaser trailer.
Yeah,
for what the actual movie
you
could
can
have been.
see it. There's a lot of scenes that just straight up seem like a trailer. And you're like, what? Like if you watch the cuts and how they cut the movie, it's like, whoa, is this a trailer or am I watching a music video? What's going on here?
Yeah,
and that's a serious problem with DC movies, is that they're not even focused on just making a good movie. Fuck making a franchise. Fuck making a movie to be like Marvel. Just come in with the concept of, look, we're gonna make one good fucking movie. And then
exactly.
go from there. They're not there. That was the issue. My issue with Batman versus Superman. It was called Batman versus Superman. Well, listen to the title itself gives it away. Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Yeah.
What does that tell you? It tells you they made a Batman versus Superman movie and then shoved a Justice League introduction into it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the movie feels. It's way too convoluted and compressed. It just feels like they shoved way too much into a movie. And it's like that ruined that movie. They could have literally just made a Batman vs Superman movie. Don't worry about introducing Justice League, you know. And they could have made a decent movie that was enjoyable to watch.
I was really looking forward to the Lantern movie, but they fucked that up. Like
they fucked that up.
Overproduced the CG.
Overproducing, that's they put more than they needed to. That's a good way to put it.
Dude, I'm like a tripper. I like seeing trippy shit. So like to see that, and it was just like, oh man, I'm not even high and I feel like I'm on mushrooms watching this. Everything is blurry and shit. Like the colors are all kind of bleeding into each other. It's just ruined it. The aesthetics are fucked. I don't even want to watch it anymore. And like, I don't know. I think that, like, I mean, Avengers obviously has a lot of effects too, but they didn't overdo the CGI. Like, it looks great. I can't wait for Avengers.
Michael just said too much action ruins a film too. Age of Ultron sucked. Now I will say Age of Ultron is my least favorite of the Marvel movies. I don't think it sucked though. I think it is still an enjoyable movie. It is the least of all the movies, but it is still enjoyable. I can sit there and have fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say I enjoyed it extremely like the other movies, but it wasn't terrible. It was a decent movie. It stands on its own. But in the end, yeah, he's right. Like they put too much action in it. They didn't, they shoved too much into one movie. But that's what Marvel gets right, is that they can at least make a decent movie, and they can make in the end, you can call it a movie. Like the DC movie is hard to call movies because a lot of times it's just cut like a trailer, or it's too dark, or there's always something wrong with it that kind of like
there's no balance.
Big movie faux pas that if you're a big movie guy and you understand how movies work, that you'll say, wow, they have a lot of faux pas in this.
Yeah.
I enjoy all the Marvel movies. I'm a sucker like that. Yeah, I enjoyed every one. Even the ones I enjoyed the least are still fun, and I can sit there and enjoy it and just have fun. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the main focus when you're making a movie or any type of artistic medium. Your purpose is for people to enjoy it. Just bring enjoyment. You don't have to go so hard at it and try too hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, just your baseline should be, let's make sure people enjoy this movie, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? From there, you work on the other shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Good night, Chris. Thor 2 and Iron Man 2 and 3 are the worst than Ultron. I don't agree on that. Thor 2, yeah, that had some of its problems. Iron Man 2, I agree as well, but I loved Iron Man 3. This was the thing we were talking about, right? You were saying you wanted to watch it again because Chris and I loved Iron Man 3, and you said you didn't like it. But we'll watch it again.
But my reason is stupid, and it's just because of the end of the movie, right? I really did not like how Pepper Potts saved the fucking day.
The thing that made me really enjoy Iron Man 3 was the human aspect, and they really brought out Tony Stark's human aspect, which is one thing I've always loved about Marvel, is opposed to DC, is in the past, maybe not so much now, but in the past, DC was always about, this is a superhero, and Marvel was about, this is a superhero and the person behind the mask. You know what I'm saying? And their normal life as well. Yeah, they always struck a balance between half the comic is him trying to save the world, and the other half is him trying to save his regular life, you know,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
still live a normal life. Where DC Comics was just like, this is Batman. Sometimes he's Bruce Wayne. Who cares? You know? Who cares? Let's go back to him being Batman. Same thing with
you want
Superman.
to, you want to be able to connect with the characters and like have some kind of a relationship with them, right? That's what makes the movie engaging.
The difficulties of being a superhero and the damage it does to your normal life, you know.
Yeah, or like, but just seeing the things he deals with in human life, it isn't just all superhero related. It's related to like interactions between people that are difficult, right? Like all the things we talk about or have talked about in the last hour, those things crop up in like good movies. Never mind superhero movies, but just good movies in general.
That's the point I'm making. You're making a movie. Don't worry about it being a superhero movie. You worry about it being a good movie, and that's it. You know. Yeah. But the old Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck, it's a shitty movie, but there's one thing they got right in that movie, which is the only thing I love about that movie, is that when he gets home from fighting crime, he's pulling teeth out his mouth, you know, he's bandaging up his bruises, you know what I'm saying? That's the things you never see in superhero movies. You never see these guys that they're normal people, you know what I'm saying, in costumes, and sometimes they get hurt and they have to deal with these things. They have to deal with their normal life, covering up a black eye. You know what I'm saying? Like, because people are going to question you, why you have a black eye, you know? Yeah. Those are the things that are really good to put in movies and comic. And that's the things that Marvel Comics always did good. You know, Spider-Man was always struggling to make the, you know, to
financially.
Pay the bill. Aunt was an old lady. She wasn't, you know, making enough money, and he's still in high school, or at a point where he graduated high school and he wasn't making enough money, you know, to help support the family. Yeah. So you had to, you know, there was always issues with him and having to go be a photographer, you know, and try to had to take pictures of himself being Spider-Man in order to make money, you know.
Yeah, that's such a cool and interesting.
Yeah, that's the things you have to do, and Marvel does that a lot with the characters. Captain America, when he wasn't being Captain America, he had to deal with the concept of being out of time. You know what I'm saying? He's a man from the 40s. In the comics, he was unfrozen in the 60s, so he was like a man from the 40s waking up 60 years later. You know what's happened in these last 20 years.
He's a war veteran and shit. Like, he's a really good backstory.
It worked even better in the movies because it's more time has passed. You know, he's been frozen for like 60 years. That's a huge gap. Like, wow, now I have to acclimate to this life where 60 years of technology and social advance has happened, you know.
So what did you think of the Sony Spider-Man franchise?
That's a tough one because at points they're enjoyable and at points they're not. So
like, really I feel hard. Like
are you talking about the original one, the first one, Tobey
Maguire? I feel like he was a good Peter Parker, but he didn't cut it for me as Spider-Man for some reason.
Some of my biggest issues, for one, was Green Goblin in that fucking armored suit. That fucking pissed me off. Another one was Spider-Man shooting webs out of his skin. Like that diminishes Peter Parker's scientific abilities. Like he's basically a scientific genius, and in the comics, he creates the webbing. You know what I'm saying? So that part is kind of missing from those movies because they made the webbing come out of his skin. You know? As part of his powers.
But in the new one, they changed that, didn't they?
Yeah, they changed it. I actually liked the ones with the new guy.
What was that one called? The newest one was Homecoming?
Yeah, not that one. The one before that. The two with
with that other girl. I didn't like those ones. I liked those.
I didn't love them, but I thought they were decent. I thought they captured Spider-Man pretty well. Again, my problem with those were the villains. Lizard wasn't bad, but Electro was shitty with Jamie Foxx. He's not like that at all in the comics, so it was kind of off to me. But I didn't hate them. I thought they were okay. They were pretty artistic. Andrew Garfield, I think, was just a little too old, but I thought the personality was right. He was throwing out jokes, you know, while he was fighting and stuff like that, and that's Spider-Man. 100%.
That's another thing Marvel is so good at. They inject jokes and they make it lighthearted
when it's necessary. There's some movies that aren't so. They know which characters they need to put more jokes on and which characters they put less jokes. Black Panther, for instance, was more of a serious toned movie, and it was very good. I enjoyed it.
And then on the opposite end, Deadpool.
Yeah, exactly. Or Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Like,
oh my God, I fucking love Guardians of the Galaxy.
Doctor Strange, it was kind of off. See, that one was kind of off with the comedy, but it still kind of worked anyway.
I like
because they didn't go too far with it. They didn't put too many jokes, but at times there were jokes that seemed kind of off for the situation. But it still worked. You know, like I said, in the end, it was still a very enjoyable movie, and I enjoyed it a lot. Kristen Dunst versus Emma Stone. Why can't I have both?
Who do you like better though. I like Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah, I had to say. Well, are we talking like acting, or who do I like? Like that I would date?
Acting in the movies. Acting in the movies, and then we can go on to who you would date.
Yeah, it's tough. Kristen Dunst is a good actor. That I think that's not really very debatable. I've seen movies with her, like really serious movies where she's done great. Emma Stone is a good actress too, but I think she kind of grew that over time, right? Like, she was more goofy at first, doing like comedies, and then she grew into getting serious roles. So I don't know. Acting wise, I think I enjoy them both. It's hard to choose which one's better. Different times too, right? Kristen Dunst doesn't really act so much anymore, but you can see where she's a good actress because she does more like serious independent films now too. We'll see where Emma Stone goes. She's still kind of young. Doing wise, I think Emma Stone is cuter, but Kristen Dunst has something about her that's hotter. You know, it's not even her looks; it's just something about her. Probably the way she carries herself and stuff.
Yeah.
Where Emma Stone's cute, but she's a little goofier, so she loses the hotness effect and just gets more of the cuteness effect.
Yeah.
Which I like cute, so I guess I don't know. That would.
That's
be
why I was actually just about to say, like, wait a minute.
Too.
You say you like cute girls, but see, when someone has an X factor, that kind of gives them the edge, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like Kristen Dunst may not be as cute, but there's something about her that gives her some sort of sexuality, you know, to her.
Yeah, I know.
It's attractive. So I've had many people tell me, "Oh, Kristen Dunst is ugly, you know, her face is gross," and I'll look at her face, and I don't think it's gross. I think it's pretty, but there's something about her that raises her pretty bar to me, like above what she just her looks like. If I just saw pictures of them, never seen them act, I probably would end up choosing Emma Stone, right? But then seeing them carry themselves, then Kristen Dunst gets the edge. Yeah, Marina agrees. Could be
women
just us being old.
Do we have in superhero movies? Okay, we've got. Let's talk about the girls. Okay,
so we've Johansson is top notch.
Fuck yeah! So Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson. Who is the red-haired chick in Superman again? I forget her name.
Oh, Amy Adams. Yeah, she's very
Amy Adams. Yeah, I like her too.
But again, she's the opposite, where the way she carries herself kind of makes me lose some points on that.
Really? Okay, then there's Natalie Portman in Thor. She's great. There's just I'm really disappointed to see all this like weird SJW shit coming from her right now. It's a very disappointing because she's like educated and she's like very smart.
I feel that's public relationship.
Yeah, but it sucks, man. You shouldn't have to like.
Yeah, you don't. But that's the nature of society right now.
But it sucks because like people look up to celebrities so much, right? And if they say something that is not true, they will get a huge following simply because she's Natalie Portman, for example. And what she's saying isn't necessarily correct. And then you have all these people who, like the whole thing she said about the Palestinian and Israeli conflict. That was just like,
I have to address
you're Israeli. Go ahead.
I have to address something vegetarian said. You're doing the opposite of me, dude. You're taking early Spider-Man and not taking the whole thing. But yeah, I have read all Spider-Man. Like I've been reading Spider-Man since I was 6 years old and going back and reading back issues. He was one of my favorite superheroes, so I know incredible amounts about Spider-Man and his circle. But yeah, as a whole, I think Andrew Garfield did a good job with that character. I thought he was written well. But yeah, it was more of let's say newer Spider-Man, 80s, 90s Spider-Man, whereas Tobey Maguire was more like 60s, 70s Spider-Man. And the new one from Homecoming kind of more captures like the newer era, like Ultimate Spider-Man, but not the Black Ultimate Spider-Man, the first one. His jokes was childish. Yeah, he's young, a high school kid. Yeah, his jokes were childish. He's a high school kid. Doesn't that make sense?
His jokes was
childish. Saying his jokes was childish.
His jokes were childish, fucking illiterate shit.
But I mean, that's kind of the point, right? He's a high school kid. Of course his jokes are going to be childish.
Yeah, you have to take that into account.
Yeah.
He's only in university in the movies, right? Like in the comic, he starts off as like a high school child.
With the Andrew Garfield one, he was in high school in the first movie, and in the second movie he had been in college, so I think it was from
right, okay. Actually, I don't know if I saw that second one, to be honest with you.
No. I thought the first one was better. The second one had some really weird elements. They did like a music video kind of thing when he was fighting Electro, and like he was bouncing Spider-Man off these like electrical towers, and it was making like music when he was bouncing off them.
Really strange.
Yeah, it was really strange. It was artistic, but it was just kind of strange. It didn't really fit the tone of the movie. It was kind of weird. We'll check it out one day. I don't think those movies are terrible. I think a lot of people are down on those movies more than they should be, you know.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like Spider-Man 3 from the Tobey Maguire series.
Yeah, that's for the same problem. There were some parts of that movie that just didn't fit. And and there was also the issue of them putting too much into it. Sam Raimi didn't want to add Venom into it, but they forced them to. So he had to add a whole other storyline into the movie he had already had. You know what I'm saying? That caused the problem. Oh, there's shops. But I think I'm gonna end up ending this stream.
All right, sure.
And this is a good conversation. Maybe we'll have a stream one time just talking about this, like superhero stuff.
Yeah, we can talk about anything. You know what we should do, Alfie? We should actually catch up on some of the movies. So, Here's Devin.
Yeah, Devin. He's like, you nerds are talking about comic books. Oh God.
So what we should do? we should watch a couple movies, or after we watch the movie, we can stream right after and talk about it.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
That'd be super fun.
And I can educate you guys on the comic book versions.
Yeah, please. I want that.
Movie version. That'd be cool.
All right, Alfie.
All right. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, hell yeah. Anytime. I love you.
Yeah, I love talking to you. You know how it is. And people love listening to us stream too. It's fun.
Thanks for coming, chat. Cool chilling with you.
Thanks everybody who came. Thanks for everybody listening. Keep looking at my Twitter if you want to know when I stream. Okay, bye.
Bye.